Shalom, shalom. Shalom, this is your brother Kawak. Just taking a little walk outside of my neighborhood. Just trying to get back into making more videos because they've been taking my shit down for a bunch of shit. I want to say medical misinformation, and basically I can't say what I think. Like if I read a fucking news journal or a medical journal and I make my own assumptions, I can't make a fucking video on it. That's alright. So I've been bummed out because of that. But now that's a dangerous situation that I guess you will get fucking prosecuted for medical misinformation, which is crazy. You know, it's fucking insane. Can't say a goddamn thing. So, you know, this is it's gonna be a learning experience because they're gonna start taking down a bunch of shit you know, and they send me stuff like, do you want to take a survey, blah, make YouTube more safe? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean make it more safe? For who? So we're living in a world where, you know, if it makes sense to you, you're crazy. You know, if you figure something out and you start behaving in a rational manner, you're crazy. That's pretty far gone. And the point is pretty damn soon they're gonna say you can't say the names. You can't say Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So, you know, if you're lucky enough to watch this video, the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. Yahweh. It means He exists. And He is a dark-skinned so-called black man. He's in the heavens of the heavens, which is the far reaches of outer space. And His only begotten Son, His name is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. And His name means He delivers, or He delivereth. And He's also a dark-skinned man from the tribe of Judah. You know, that might be the last time you'll be able to hear that stuff. You know, it's treasure right there, but it's only going to help those who are seeking it. If you're not seeking it, you're not going to get help from it. And, you know, I hope somebody helps somebody. So now, you know, I'm out here walking around getting some oxygen in my lungs. And one of the reasons why I make a video like this with my hand shooting half of the sky is because I might get lucky and catch a chariot. I had before, So let's switch topics, because now in these times the topic of conversation is the chariots. So those chariots are going to come to do two things. One, they're going to take a large portion of Israelites to be safe away from the troubles, right? Two, they're going to, it's not my opinion, you want to look in the scriptures, you're free to do so. If you want to take me in and interrogate me, just have some pizza there for me and some root beer, and we could talk. That's not a joke, because I know you're trying to get answers. But they're gonna destroy this place. This place, meaning spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, 2, and Babylon the Great, not Babylon the Minor, which was Iraq, and then later on became Syria, which we know that was the Babylonian Empire, or the it's called Sennacherib, his fucking descendants, or the Great Babylon. But Babylon the Great is this place right here, this country, and you don't have to take my word for it. It's in the book. Not only that, you can go around and do some research on the abominations that this country has allowed. Some of it, just some of it. I can only speak on some of it, and I got to be careful what I say. So, some things are abomination because they, and I say they loosely, like they, and who would be they? Well, the people printing out the money. And it's not a wild goose chase. You just put one and one together and make those educated guesses. The first guess you should make is what money, right? Second guess is who's out there waging wars. And who is messing with your rights. And I'm gonna say another thing. The best part is your defense. Your defense is knowing. So And it sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I just can't fucking explain it to you in the way where I'm trying to convince you. That's where we're at in this place, you know. And not to get political, but that's the next topic. So now I'm kind of going to give you more information on Babylon. You know, the politics. If a government is meant to rule the people and provide safety for its citizens, protected rights for its citizens, then are those rights even supposed to be contested? Like, am I supposed to get upset and say, you're fucking violating my rights? Shouldn't somebody know? Shouldn't somebody know and say, we can't do this to this man? We can't do this to these people? We can't do these things to these children? That are in school? No, we can't do these things to the children. Now it's the walk back, because if you're alone, and I'm talking about just the politics right here, if you're alone, a single party with no people running it, and they tell you, you know, you can send these questionable people to a school and introduce them into a lifestyle, knowing that they're going to choose what they know, what they've been taught about. And I'll give you an example. Like, I didn't know about drugs until the DARE program. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying it introduced me to drugs. And I didn't use drugs, but because they introduced me to drugs, it also introduced me to an idea of how to think about people that do drugs. So it wasn't the drugs, the drug information that made me not want to do it. It was the end result. It was the analyzed effect. And I say analyzed because you can't fucking tell me, you can't tell me that the police don't know, or anybody fucking in any law enforcement agency know about your next move, or anybody's fucking move. Because people will tell on you. And if people will tell on you, once they tell on you, they have a perceived idea about you. They're gonna say, oh, well, this is how this motherfucker is. You know? So the idea was drugs, right? How am I supposed to be protected against, as a young child, against these disgusting things out there meant to mutilate how I function and what I need for a daily existence? How is that? Well, then somebody had to know what the effects were. Somebody had to know what happens when you do these things. And this information and more information like that is considered medical information. So that's all I could say about it. But if I have the right to, now we're going to talk about what rights I have. If I'm an American citizen, which I am. I was born in Illinois, baby. And being from such a place, you know, they say it's the heartland of America. And now, since I was born there 45 and a half years ago, now I have certain rights, right? The Constitution, that piece of paper, that's what it is. It's a piece of paper. It's supposed to protect me and my rights. No, just like I didn't know about drugs. You know, the opposite is you have to know, because you don't know about your rights. You have to know about your rights. So I have the freedom of press to express myself, as long as I don't intentionally hurt anybody. And how could you hurt somebody? Well, you could discredit them, right? But I said, I made a video last year, and the year is coming up. It was in April, and I called my boss an Edomite. And I said that women shouldn't be in positions of authority. And then I also said, GTA. But there's not just my idea of America. Because my idea of America is, I can say whatever I want as long as I don't hurt anybody, and everything will be okay. Well, that wasn't the case. Because, and it's not even an indirect threat, it's in the Bible, it's prophecy. So this, and I could say it, and I'm going to call this lady a witch from HR. Her name is Sarah. She decided that I threatened this lady, or even threatened her. But if you identify as an Edomite, then you're the threat. You're the threat. What did I do? I just identified you. So, when am I supposed to say, look, my rights are being violated? Who the fuck's gonna defend my rights? Well, I have to defend my own rights. Right? And I called some fucking lawyers, and they don't give a fuck about my rights. All I care about is money. So they paid me my severance pay, and that was it. So what that is a punishment, right? But I thought I could say what I wanted, and I didn't even say any names. I said the name of that lady that fired me and didn't let me get my property. They haven't even sent me my shit. Probably just threw it in the trash. And that's real facts right there. They didn't even let me, that lady, when I mentioned, didn't even let me go get my stuff. And she almost wanted to grab me and throw me out. And then she told her husband. So what am I supposed to do? Just sit there and not be thinking about it, not be worried about it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got it out for me. And my rights were the ones trampled. But I'm the real American. You know how long my family's been in the continent of America? Ever since 1492, bitch. Motherfuckers, man. Since 1492, that's 500 fucking years. Since that name, the last name I got, came from Spain. And that name, my surname, is an indicator of my history. Telling you that I'm a Sephardic. Telling you that I am Sephardic Jew. And what makes me upset is they labeled me a terrorist. And at the end of my video, that video in question, I said shalom. Actually, I said shalom, which is Paleo Hebrew. So is that lady, the one that I mentioned, the HR personnel from that certain company, does she hate Jews? I bet she does. She saw me as a terrorist. So what do you think about that? Like, you're living in a place where you know it's Babylon. You got to be living in fear, right? But I don't live in fear because I pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and I know those chariots are coming to zap you up. And what happens is people don't fucking understand. Like, what really happened is I was having a mental breakdown. That bitch said, "Nuh-uh, not on my watch, you're out of here." So what could I have said to keep my job? I didn't even want to keep that fucking job, man. Fuck that job. It's a bunch of bullshit, you know? So now there's another subject. People are watching you. Yeah, brothers. Yeah, you know, there's a few brothers, quite a few brothers, a substantial amount of brothers in the Central Valley, from Bakersfield on to Modesto. Even if you got a YouTube video and you only got one follower, they're still watching you. I know what the game is. I know what they're doing. And here's another one. You should ask yourself, who's watching? There's a several amount of who's. One, YouTube personnel is watching that AI algorithm, checking to see if you're making any like threats, medical misinformation. So the WHO is watching. The United States government's watching. Hey, Ronnie. I hope you guys have watched all the videos, though. Don't just be using your AI. That's cool too. And I'm not saying and that's the last one. That's just all that I think. And the IDF, which I'm surprised that you don't have my back. And what is it? Anti-Defamation League. Oh my God, I thought you guys were for people who are like me. But it's not true. You know, nobody's standing up for my rights. Oh, they did this to this man. You know. Not only that, The local police is watching me. Look how they set it up right here. These homeless people. Someone, that means that someone met their end. But it says RIP Mark, but that's another topic right there. Judgment. Oh man, the judgment. People have been dying left and right. 3 deaths in the morning or last night on the freeway or the highway. There's people busting, trying to intimidate single moms, knocking on their door. Like their demons are being activated, and then the crimes against women are on the uprise, and they're getting jacked for all their personal belongings when they're on the street. And there's a bunch of homeless people. Man, that's bad. And then, just talking about being scared right now. I'm not really scared, but there's immigrants getting deported, which is terrible for those people. In which they are our people. Because when you're indigenous to this landmass, and they're talking about deporting you, that's fucking scary. Think about it for me, for my example. Like, my parents came to America, became citizens, not in that order. They came here, they had me, and then they applied for citizenship. So does that mean that I'm gonna get deported? Where to? Where to? What about all my property? What about the United States Constitution? You know, what about that piece of paper? So a lot of people are in trouble right now. So with that, you know, that was a morning conversation. Shalom.